Success, we all want it, but most of us don't know how to get it. So if you could just be born with success in your blood, how would that work? That is exactly what this house has done for its owners. Since 1926, Built to Rise is a home where everything is designed to make you feel like a winner. This might be the only house you can move into and immediately become a millionaire, but it comes at a price. This home was built by a man named Abram Hewitt in 1926. And this isn't just any ordinary person. This guy made his fortune by being the founder of the Crucible Steel Company, which produced alloys and tools used in the construction of the Brooklyn Bridge. You know, the one with the big-ass spider in the middle? He also worked on several other iconic New York buildings, like the Singer Building and the Manhattan Bridge. So when he decided to build himself a house, he wanted it to be special. In fact, he wanted to build something so special that he had a whole team of architects and designers work on the project. Some of the most prestigious names in the industry were brought in to make his dream a reality. But even with the best of the best working on this house, it took 3 years to complete. It was finally finished in 1929, right before the Great Depression. The Depression didn't last forever, but the effect it had on the real estate market did. For decades, no one wanted to pay the asking price for the house, which was eventually reduced from $3 million to just $400,000. Now that's a bargain for a house this size, but there was a problem. It needed to be renovated, and it would cost another $1 million to do it. Abram wasn't a billionaire, just a millionaire. And a millionaire doesn't have an extra $1 million lying around to renovate a house, especially during the Great Depression. So the house stayed empty for over 30 years until it was purchased by a man named Lester Knight in 1961. Knight was the president of a chemical company and apparently quite the character. He hosted wild parties in the house, inviting celebrities like Frank Sinatra and Marilyn Monroe. There are photos of Knight playing poker with none other than the infamous mob boss, Bugsy Malone. We don't know who won the poker game, but we do know that Bugsy lost his life shortly after. He was shot outside a Flamingo Hotel in Las Vegas in 1947. Another famous guest of Knightos was baseball legend Babe Ruth, who attended one of those legendary parties. If you ever get the chance to attend a party at this house, we highly recommend you bring your A game because people are watching. That's right. There's a secret room in the house, equipped with cameras and microphones that can spy on guests without them knowing it. It was originally installed by Abram Hewitt, and we don't know exactly why. Maybe he had bad intentions and wanted to scare off potential buyers. Or maybe he just really likes spying on people. Either way, it stayed in the house when new owners moved in. And it wasn't until 1981 that it was finally discovered. That year, the house was sold to John Katzmatidze, the founder of a shipping company. He didn't realize the house came with a secret service entrance, hidden staircases, and a spy room until he had already moved in. Or even a safe in the house that could be opened for almost 30 years until a new owner found the combination hidden in the library. Katzmatidze enjoyed living in the house for about 10 years until he sold it to developer Ben Shawel in 1991. Shawel had much bigger plans for the mansion. He started doing extensive renovations, gutted the entire mansion, and redesigned every room. He then listed the home for rent, charging $10,000 per month. That's the equivalent of almost $20,000 today. No one wanted to pay that much to live in a house with a bunch of secret passageways and a creepy surveillance room. So Shell decided to subdivide the property and sell each floor as a separate condo. Still, no one wanted to buy, so Shell got creative. He bought out the lease of the commercial space next door and combined it with the mansion to make one super long retail space. Guess what? It didn't work either. Finally, in 2003, he sold the house for $15 million to the current owner. Shawel tried to convince him to turn it into a museum, but the owner had other plans. Today, the house is still owned by the same family, and it remains a private residence. Even though it's not open to the public, that hasn't stopped people from gawking at it. On the rare occasion the owner lets someone inside, everyone is blown away by how beautiful the house is. They call it the Versailles of New York, and when you see the interiors, it's easy to see why. The attention to detail is mind-blowing. From the hand-carved wood panels to the imported Italian marble floors, every inch of this house feels like royalty. The dining room is absolutely breathtaking, decorated with gold leaf Corinthian capitals and a beautiful crystal chandelier. The living room is equally impressive with its ornate ceilings and gigantic stone fireplace. The entire house has 33,000 square feet of living space, including a 2-story library with over 15,000 historical books. There's also a 2-story greenhouse, although we're not sure if the plants enjoy listening to music as much as its owners do. The music room is decorated with soundproof panels and has some pretty fancy equipment. If the walls could talk, they'd probably tell us some pretty wild stories. That's because the walls are covered with velvet, which makes it easier to absorb sound and helps to improve acoustics. Speaking of sound, have you ever seen those microphones that pop up out of nowhere when someone talks? Well, there's a whole system of them underneath the platform that rises from the floor. They come up whenever someone starts talking, and they retract when they stop. It's a great feature for anyone who wants to record their voice or listen in on conversations. So if you're looking for a house with a little bit of extra privacy, this one might be for you. The kitchen is definitely fit for a king, although we're not sure if the chef is included in the rental price. There's a ton of counter space and top-of-the-line appliances. But the real showstopper is the 10-foot-long island in the center of the room. It's perfect for entertaining guests or just hanging out with friends while cooking together. Just imagine all the delicious meals you could make in this kitchen, and you could relax in the adjacent family room and enjoy the view. We think this is by far the coolest feature of the house. There's a glass wall that separates the family room from the greenhouse. The owners can open it up and enjoy the view of the perfectly manicured garden. It's like having your own private oasis in the middle of the city. The primary bedroom is massive, easily big enough to fit a king-size bed and a sitting area. The bathroom is equally impressive with a huge soaking tub and a separate rain shower. In fact, there are 14 bathrooms in the entire house, so no need to wait in line. One of the more unique features of the house is the solarium. It's a glass-enclosed room with plants all around you. You can enjoy the outdoors while staying warm and dry. Plus, it lets in lots of natural light. We bet a lot of Instagram influencers would go crazy over this place. There's also a 2-story art studio in the house. It's a great place to let your creativity flow. Just watch out for those low-hanging lights. Now let's take a look at the entertainment room. It has a bar, comfortable seating, and a giant TV. It's the perfect place to watch the big game with friends. But if you prefer to play games, there's also a billiards room. You can practice your pool skills or challenge your friends to a game of snooker. Just try not to break any expensive equipment. One of the coolest features of the house is the rooftop garden. It's a great place to relax and enjoy the views. Plus, it's perfect for hosting parties. You can imagine all the fun events they must have up here. But that's not all. The house also has a gym and a 75-foot-long swimming pool, so you can stay in shape without ever leaving your home. Finally, let's take a look at the backyard. It's a great place to relax and enjoy some fresh air. You can sit by the pool and enjoy the sunshine, or you can walk down the garden path and admire the flowers. All in all, this house has everything you could ever want. With its stunning architecture, top-of-the-line amenities, and prime location, no wonder the owners have been reluctant to sell it. It's a rare gem in the world of luxury real estate. And if you're lucky enough to rent it, you might just find yourself living like royalty. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please leave us a like and subscribe for more interesting content.